Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Fouzan. I'm going to present on World Under Surveillance and Islam. What is surveillance? Surveillance is the close observation of someone, often in order to catch them in wrongdoing. Surveillance is monitoring people's actions and behavior either via camera or by tracking financial transactions. Surveillance is performed by the government by using CCTV cameras, network cameras, and facial recognitions. From the Holy Quran, in Surah Hujra, the ayah says, وَلَا تَجَسَّسُوا وَلَا يَغْتَبْ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا, and do not spy or backbite each other. And one more ayah from Surah Nur, which also says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا تَدْخُلُوا بُيُوتًا غَيْرَ بُيُوتِكُمْ حَتَّى تَسْتَأْنِسُوا وَتُسَلِّمُوا عَلَى أَهْلِهَا ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. O you who have believed, do not enter houses other than your own house until you ascertain welcome and greet their inhabitants. That is best for you. Perhaps you will be reminded. According to the Holy Quran, spying is considered a major sin and is therefore prohibited. The prohibition of spying is to ensure respect and protection for the private lives and communications of citizens. Let's discuss on few types of surveillance. For example, equipment surveillance, public surveillance, financial surveillance, electronic device surveillance, biometric surveillance, etc. For example, let's go with electronic device surveillance. Electronic devices like mobile phones or laptops, etc. These devices are surveilled by monitoring their locations, their cameras, their microphones, audios, videos, etc. And then let's discuss on pros and cons of surveillance. While the pros are the public safety, obviously, evidence and clues, reduces crime, encourages good behavior. While the cons are reduces personal privacy, reduces personal freedom, increases cyber insecurity, lack of freedom and democracy. Well, our lifestyle has made us so lazy and completely dependent on the system that we will in fact fight to protect it. We are first approaching the stage of the ultimate inversion, the state where the government is free to do anything it pleases, while the citizen may act only by permission. Well, in the pre-internet world, the sovereignty of our physical freedom was controlled entirely by nation. Well, now the sovereigns of cyberspace, as you saw in the previous slide, we have this new layer of private sovereignty in cyberspace, and their decisions about software coding and engineering design, terms and services, all act as a kind of law that shapes what we can and cannot do. Today, a global industry consisting of hundreds of companies develops and sells surveillance technologies to government agencies around the world, to various companies. Together, these companies sell a wide range of systems used to identify, track, and monitor individuals and their communications for spying and policing purposes. The advanced power available to the best equipped spy agency in the world are being traded around the world. Nowadays, the spread of the internet and new communication method has increased the intrusiveness of surveillance as well as its power. It's now technically possible to monitor entire group and nation on a mass scale, systematically and relatively cheap. This poses a fundamental threat to individual security, civil society, human rights, as well as democracy itself. Surveillance is a tool used by those in power against those who have no power. The tech companies have built encryption features into their products and turned them on by default. The government needs the whole data from those companies, but they cannot provide them. We can be extremely sympathetic to their point of view, to the government's point of view, as we live in a dangerous time in a dangerous world, and there really are bad people. There are terrorists and other serious national security threats that we suspect we all want the FBI and the NSA to monitor. But there's no such thing as terrorist laptop or drug dealer's cell phone. It's not completely possible to intercept terrorists or drug dealers. It's why because they have enough money to handle the surveillance attacks, so their systems by using their own hacking team, and these criminals frequently adopt new technologies. And I think we really need to ask, should a billion people around the world be using devices that are wiretap friendly? My conclusion to this topic is the core argument against surveillance is that it poses a threat to privacy, which is of value to the individual and to society. Cameras could also promote a false sense of insecurity and lead citizens to take fewer precautions, or they could also cause more crimes to be reported. It is impossible to catch everything that happens in society. Anyone can connect the dots in hindsight. Surveillance misses lead to even more data being collected on people. The government can use the information for its own benefit. My solution to this topic is a transparent and open government. The concept of an open government encompasses a wide range of practices, which can lead to new ways of governing both from the government's and citizens' perspective. It can promote good governance and encourage better decision making by helping to reduce corrupted governments or private corrupted industries or to promote more effective services. Open government is a powerful tool to tackle some of the problems the local democracy may face. An open government strategy can be applied to a wide range of government activities. That's all. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.